In the previous module, you saw how to disassemble the aqualung. In this module, you will try to assemble it yourselves. First of all, place the cylinder in front of you. The BC should be positioned facing the same way as the outlets of the cylinder valve. Attach the BC cylinder strap to the cylinder firmly and make sure it doesn't slip. Now take the regulator and connect it to the cylinder valve. Make sure that all the hoses are in the same position as when you used the equipment in the previous module. The inlet of the first stage should be placed in front of the cylinder valve outlet, and care should be taken to make sure that they fit together correctly. Whatever type of fitting you use, INT or DIN, make sure that it is tight but not too much. The air pressure itself will create the seal. Now attach the hose to the BC with the quick connector and fix the hose in place. Also, attach the pressure gauge and the alternative second stage to the BC in exactly the same positions as when you disassembled the aqualung. When everything is in place, you can open the cylinder valve while pressing lightly on the purge button of the main second stage. As soon as you hear the air coming out, release the button. You shouldn't hear any other air leaks. Wearing the aqualung, weights, mask and fins, and with the BC suitably inflated, you will make a giant stride entry directly from the side of the pool. Use one hand to hold your mask and main second stage. Stretch out one leg and keep the other in contact with the edge until the last moment. Don't jump into the water, but stride in. In this way, you can be sure of not hurting yourself on the side of the pool. As soon as you touch the water, you should bring your fins together so that you will sink down into the water as little as possible.
You already know how to recover the second stage of your regulator under the water, but what can you do if this method doesn't work?
In the unlikely situation that you cannot manage to recover your main second stage, just take your alternative second stage, clear it, and begin breathing. Now you can calmly try to find the hose of your main second stage, starting from the first stage. By sliding your hand along the hose, you will come to the second stage.
You have two items of equipment that you can breathe from, the regulator and the snorkel. You are now going to learn how to use the snorkel. On the surface, you can breathe through the snorkel easily, even while keeping your face in the water as you look below the surface.
If the snorkel were filled with water, it would be easy to empty it by blowing forcefully. Just a few blasts of air, as if you were firing a pea shooter, are sufficient. After trying a few times, you will be able to clear the snorkel in just one go.
You must now learn to pass from the snorkel to the second stage and vice versa. The instructor will ask you to do this numerous times without lifting your face from the water. Remember after each exchange to clear the water before breathing in.
Now let's complicate the mask clearing exercise by flooding the mask completely, as could happen if the mask is knocked off your face. The technique for clearing the mask is exactly the same as when the mask was partially flooded. In Module 6, you completely flooded your mask. Now, you are going to take it off completely and reposition it again underwater, which is what you might do if you have difficulty in adjusting the strap during the dive. Make sure that there is no hair or part of a hood under the face seal when you put it back on. Other than this, the exercise is not very different from the technique you used for clearing a completely flooded mask. If a dive buddy is too far away, what should you do in an out-of-air situation? You can return to the surface by making a controlled emergency swimming ascent. Keep the regulator in your mouth and emit a continuous sound as you ascend to the surface. In this way, you'll be sure of not holding your breath. Fin at a controlled rate and adjust your buoyancy by deflating the BC if necessary.